Monday morning. Glad to have you on Wayne Goldsboro Television. I'm Kim Best.
And I'm Wayne Alley here on Wgtv today. It is Monday. It is March 18th already.
Yes, it is.
And a beautiful weekend. Just a gorgeous weekend.
It was very nice. I hope you enjoyed the outside and all the events that were happening here in our community.
And speaking of events,
yes,
this week, I want to get this out real quick here. This Thursday, East Point will be sponsoring a monthly community education series, and this one's entitled Traumatic Brain Injury, the Silent Epidemic, because March is Traumatic Brain Injury Month. That's coming up at Wayne Community College this Thursday. It begins at 5:30 in the evening, and the presentation will be by Sandy Worthington. She is with the Brain Injury Association of North Carolina, BIANC, BIANC, and she'll be at Wayne Community College speaking beginning at 5:30. It's only an hour long, so you need to register to attend, and you can register by calling Suzanne, and Suzanne's toll-free number is 1-800-913-6109.
You know, Wayne, we've heard several people talk about Brain Injury Awareness Month, and we've had Renew Life come and speak with us. So this month we will be giving you lots of information because it is Brain Injury Awareness Month.
Yeah, that is true.
All right, let's see who's on today's show. I believe there is an interview with Commissioner Chair Steve King.
All right, Chairman of the Wayne County Commissioners, Steve Keen's going to be with us, and he's going to tell us kind of what's going on. He's going to touch on the budget as well, so you will not want to miss this. This is good.
And then, of course, you went out and filmed the senior games that were taking place at the health fair.
Indeed, I did. Oh, boy. It was fun.
I bet it was, so stay tuned.
It was the health fair.
Right.
And senior games will be going on pretty soon, and this was the health fair portion of it. And it was a lot of fun, I'll tell you that. And the place was packed. I mean, our senior center is a big building to start with.
Yes, it is.
But there was so many people were there. It was fun.
Well, we want to remind you about the Eggs and Issues that is coming up soon. That's a legislative breakfast where you'll have the opportunity to hear what your legislators are thinking and feeling about what's happening in our state government. That is taking place Friday, March the 22nd at Lane Tree Country Club. If you're interested in attending, you need to call the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce. And that number is 734-2241, so you can get registered for that. And if you're interested, you can also email or drop by questions that you would like your legislators to answer those questions.
Okay.
So you can do that, and it'll take place, like I said, Friday, March the 22nd at 7:45 a.m. It is a legislative breakfast.
All right.
What's going on, Wayne?
Lobster Fest 2013.
The lobsters are coming to Goldsboro.
Oh, boy. Lobster Fest 2013 is in May, as it is every year, and this Friday it's on May 3rd. The Partnership for Children of Wayne County, which you happen to know something about.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Anyway, they're going to have their 9th annual Lobster
Can't believe
and
it's
Shrimp
happened
Fest.
9 times.
Wow.
9
times.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you want to know more about this, you can call Thomas or call anyone with the Partnership for Children.
Who's Thomas?
Thomas Nevins. He's the contact
okay.
for this particular event. But call anyone at the Partnership for Children.
Yes.
What is that number?
Let's see if I can remember. 919-735-3371. Then you'll get a long list of people you can speak with. If you hit 0, you'll get the operator.
There you
go.
And
she can guide you. That's my best advice.
735-3371.
But the Lobster Fest through the Partnership for Children is a fantastic fundraiser. All the funds go right back to help young children here in our community. And when we say young, we mean birth to age 5. It is helping them. And those lobsters are fabulous. And they also, give them a little plug, offer shrimp, and the shrimp is so good. I know because I was a part of that for 8 years and helped organize that. It is a great cause. You can order your shrimp or your lobster. They'll cook it for you, or you can take it home and cook it yourself if you're that talented.
I'm not that talented.
You can just drive through on that Friday afternoon and pick up cooked food, take it home, and enjoy a great dinner. That's May 3rd?
May 3rd.
May 3rd. It's always the first Friday in May. We'll talk about that more to come. And maybe even get some of those different people from the partnership to come talk to us a little bit about it and bring some of their lobster paraphernalia. Oh yeah, they have all kinds of goodies over there.
Lobster paraphernalia?
Yes, they give away lobster bibs and how to cook a lobster, all kinds of information.
I love lobster.
I do too. But their shrimp is fabulous.
I love
it. Really is. They're fabulous. It is very good.
Love shrimp as well. Oh boy.
Me too.
Well, let's see what else we have here. Coming up on March 24th at 2 o'clock, G.M. Smith is his name. He lives in Snow Hill. He's going to be showing his documentary at the Wayne County Museum. This documentary is entitled Forgotten Tragedy, the Tuscarora War at the Wayne County Museum. No, the Tuscarora War. And
Get that right, Wayne.
And you'll be able to see it at the Wayne County Museum. I'm not saying there was a war at the museum. I did say that, didn't I? Anyway, it's titled Forgotten Tragedy, the Tuscarora War. It'll be taking place at the Wayne County Museum. Admission is absolutely free. Now, the film documents the fall of Tuscarora stronghold, Fort Neohoroka, in present-day Greene County. For 3 weeks in March of 1713, a force of colonial troops from South Carolina, along with members of several tribes, including the Cherokee and the Catawba, laid siege to the fort, which held hundreds of Tuscarora men, women, and children. In an effort to end the siege, the attackers set fire to the site. Hundreds died in the blaze, and over 400 survivors were sold into slavery. The site remains today as the single largest burial of Native Americans in North America. This tragedy was the beginning of the end of the Tuscarora in eastern North Carolina. You're going to hear all about it. It's called Forgotten Tragedy, the Tuscarora War, coming up on March 24th at the Wayne County Museum.
Well, Wayne, have you ever heard of Miss Manners?
Well, sure.
Well, we have some questions that were recently asked to Miss Manners.
Oh, really?
And Miss Manners is someone that you can write into, email into,
right,
and ask a question, sort of like the old Dear Abby.
Yeah.
And she will answer your question and give you the correct etiquette
or
way to respond to something.
That's great. Okay. Do you have a question
So
or two?
here's a question that was sent in from someone, and it says, is it rude to ignore chatty people in a medical waiting room? So, you know, when you're in a waiting room and it's pretty close quarters,
yeah,
and people are chatting,
yeah,
is it rude to ignore them? I guess if they're trying to talk to you.
Oh, if they're trying to talk to you.
I'm assuming they're trying to talk to you. It doesn't say, but I'm assuming.
Yeah.
They keep, you're there, obviously, if you're in a medical waiting room, you're there for some medical needs. Could be a checkup, could be something more than that, and someone's constantly trying to chat with you. So is it rude to ignore them?
Well, I would have to, in my opinion.
Yeah, let's see what
Mr.
Wayne says.
In my opinion, is no, it's not rude, because you're in a medical waiting room. You don't feel like talking to anyone.
You may not.
And if they come on to you and they try to talk to you, and continue to try to talk to you, then they're the ones who are rude, in my opinion. And they need to respect your feelings and just leave you alone.
Right. And understand that you may be there for something could be very serious.
You feel badly. You're in a otherwise you wouldn't be there.
That's right.
So what's the real answer?
Well, let's see what Miss Manners had to say. Let's see. Oh, here's the letter that was sent to her. It says, I had to visit the urgent care clinic for an acute illness. The doctor ordered a test and sent me into the testing center next door. As soon as I entered the waiting room for the test, the pain I was feeling increased to an intolerable level. I couldn't find a comfortable sitting position and can only assume that my face registered how miserable I felt. A woman across the room struck up a conversation with me as soon as her companion was called back for his test, nearly as soon as I sat down. She asked me whether I thought the lady could be judged based on the brand name. She asked me whether I thought a lady could be judged based on the brand name of her purse. Oh my goodness. And then went on and on about various other styles of purses. I was in so much pain that all I could concentrate on was keeping myself from being ill and getting sick right there in the waiting room. I tried to nod and smile and give the clueless woman non-committal responses, as we've all done. Would it have been rude to say something like, I'm sorry, but I'm in terrible pain right now? I'd prefer just to be still. Now that's her question. And here's Miss Manners' response.
Okay.
No, it is not rude to claim illness in a medical waiting room. Miss Manners wonders at the powers of observation of someone who thought you looked ready for a chat, and you're obviously expressing pain. And the admission, can't talk, should have been enough for this unpolite person to understand that you may really have wanted to hit her with your purse. Oh my goodness, Miss Manners.
Yes.
So you were right, Wayne.
Oh.
When you're very good, kudos to you.
Thank you.
But when you're in a waiting room and you're feeling ill, and you've pretty much kind of expressed that, or the expression on your face may have shown that, you may not be up to talking to someone, especially about the designs of a purse or anything else for that matter.
Just use a little common sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Miss Manners.
Trivia question.
Yes.
Our trivia question for today is the gentleman who invented or first marketed the use of parking meters. He marketed parking meters to cities and towns around the country. Said, this is what you need to be using to raise revenue for your city or your town.
Right.
He's also the same guy that invented a famous toy. What toy did he invent?
A hint, there's thousands of toys out there, millions
Yeah, I
of
know.
toys.
Yeah,
You gotta
that's
give
right.
us a hint, Wayne Alley.
Okay.
What does the toy do, or?
The toy is can only be used by one person at a time.
Okay. That does narrow it a tiny bit.
Okay, it can be used by one person at a time, and you can do well. Let's see, how would you describe it? You can do several things with this particular toy, but it certainly is it occupies your time, and can be taken anywhere. Can be
Rubik's Cube? Etch-a-sketch?
That's a good answer. Those are good. No, that's not it. The same guy that marketed parking meters, and parking meters have been around for a while, so we're talking about probably the early 1900s.
Oh, well.
Is the same guy that invented a very famous toy.
Rubik's Cube hadn't been around that long, that's for sure.
This toy is, you don't see it as much anymore. It used to be extremely popular and was.
Like what I have seen, Wayne.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I've seen the toy.
You've seen it. You can still see it.
Okay.
And they're still sold. It enjoyed a resurgence in popularity in the 70s when a very popular television show starring two comedians, one of the comedians used it in his program.
Ah. Is it a toy made out of a hard material or a soft material?
It's a hard material.
Hard material, okay. We'll have to narrow that down a little bit in our brains.
Okay, use your brain. Yeah, narrow that rascal down.
That's right. All right, let's see who's up first today.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we have that interview. Would you like to tell us a little more about it?
We talked with...
Give us a tidbit.
Okay, a tidbit. Periodically, County Commission Chairman Steve Keene will come by and talk to us about things that the commissioners are doing and working on, and kind of keep you up to date as to what's going on in Wayne County as far as commissioners are concerned. Here's, we talked with County Commission Chairman Steve Keene. Today in the studio we have County Commission Chair Steve Keene. It's great to have you with us. How you doing?
Wayne, I'm doing great. Wide open. Had a great week.
It's been a busy week. Commissioners have really been busy this week. I wanted to ask you a few things this morning. First of all, the Board of Commissioners has heard presentations from most of the county departments this week. The remaining departments will be in to talk to you in April, I believe it is. If you would, give us an idea a little bit more about what you heard this week and why these presentations are important for commissioners. And if you would, tell us how it's going to help all of you during the budget process.
Wayne, what we've heard this week is, as you see in this large binder here with about 35 to 40 departments, we have heard about 2/3 of that, with the remainder coming our next meeting in April. We'll hear the last, I think, 6 or 7 departments. That is what we've done thus far. Why we are doing this? Twofold. One is to actually see the troops who are getting it done. We're seeing their leaders. We're getting to know them. They are getting to know us, and it's been quite a journey thus far, seeing their enthusiasm, seeing these leaders of these departments with their knowledge that they have, their experience, coming to us and really getting excited before us about their departments. So the why part is maybe to get our arms around them first and understand them and who they are and those staff members that work with them. The purpose, I guess, is to get our arms around what the Wayne County citizens have as far as assets, where their liabilities are. All that is done, we learn together, and all that they are going to do, we're learning together. So we're seeing just not the expense of what it takes to run a county government, but actually how it's sustained and who sustains it. So we're heavily involved with understanding that this week. We've been through it last week. We will wind it up here in the next 60 days. In fact, today, I think we're winding up about the last small part of it is education. It's a big part of the budget, as you know, but it's a small part of just a part of a whole. Is putting the whole picture together, and we'll have that picture probably in about 3 or 4 weeks.
Wow. You know, Steve, the commissioners recently, over the last week or so, visited local places around the Wayne County area, places like Seymour Johnson Air Force Base, Mount Olive College.
Two great assets.
I'm telling you, amazing. I know the visits were enjoyed by all the commissioners. If you would, tell us a little about the importance of the tours and how they help to build relationships within the community.
Wow, what a great trip. Colonel Levitt just opened the doors out there at the base for us. Just the commissioners and the MAC chairman, Ben Seegers. I was not able to attend that. I was in Raleigh at the General Assembly that morning, but I understand that the commissioners had a wonderful, wonderful trip. I've been exposed to the Military Affairs Committee, being on that committee about 12, 15 years ago, and actually taking flights, and it's a wonderful relationship that we have with our base. The commissioners are now seeing that there's a possibility of a BRAC in 14, 15, and with that we felt like we needed to get right out there on the ground to find out basically what this is, get our feet on the ground, feel it, smell it, like getting into dirt, you know, and a farmer, he's just got to get out there and get his hands in it, and that's what we wanted to do with Seymour Johnson. And with that, understanding the economic impact that it has in Wayne County, and as you know, it's somewhere between $530, $560 million a year, and Commerce says it turns over about 4.2 times before it leaves the county as these airmen and staff and all come out the gate and spend their monies in restaurants and in the retail outlets, and that's about a $2 billion cash flow that if in any way that's affected, our commissioners must know that, because we're so tied into sales tax receipts and of course the properties that these airmen and all of those associated with Seymour, once they retire, they stay here possibly, and we try to house and find areas where they can live and retire and grow their children and grandchildren. So we're real excited about Seymour and understanding the importance of that. And then of course, you know, our children are very important, but when they grow into getting further their education, you know, we have a great community college system at Wayne Community College. But we can't forget about Mount Olive College. And I call him Dr. Phil, but Dr. Kessler, I say the university, and he just smiles, you know. But he's excited. He's got a great vision of what he wants to do and his staff, and he expressed that to me one day about 4 or 5 weeks ago, and at lunch, and I decided, well, you know, I think it's a great thing if we just all get together and go out there and let him do the dog and pony show, and he did a wonderful job. He opened that up. He opened that tour up to Mount Olive College, and what a great dream Dr. Raper had years and years ago, and that's come to fruition. And we had a wonderful time in lunch, but we found out that in the southern part of Wayne County, that's just a huge asset as far as is Mount Olive College and what they're doing to incorporate their college in with the city of Mount Olive. And the infrastructure, Mount Olive has just gone through a comprehensive land use plan. They've done a transportation improvement plan, and all of that is tying into that 795 Interstate 40 connector that we're pushing so hard. So we've got a lot of people on the ground working for that, working for Mount Olive and Mount Olive College, and the commissioners just have to get down in there and see all 7 of us exactly what's going on in the southern part of Wayne County.
Steve, the board recently took part in the National Association of County Commissioners meeting in Washington. If you would give us some ideas or some of the items that were talked about and how these items will impact Wayne County.
Well, as you know, we have the North Carolina Association of County Commissioners that meet in Raleigh, and they're a legislative arm, they're a lobbying arm for us for all 100 counties. And after we get together here in Raleigh, then we move to the national level and meet with our House members and Senate members, meet with the legislators in Washington. We did that with George Holding, you know, with the new Congressional District 13. He has Wake all up to Nash and Edgecombe and Wilson County, and then comes down around Johnston County and comes down into Wayne County. All but Goldsboro, Mount Olive, and Dudley, and Congressman Butterfield has that. But we felt like that George Holding needed to know where Wayne County was in 3 different areas, and he met with us, and he gave us an hour of his time early Tuesday morning, and we're very appreciative of that at 8 o'clock. But we talked mainly about agriculture and how important, even though he's a judicial, his appointments on the side of the judiciary area, he's connected well with the Secretary of Ag, and we talked to him about the importance of our 795-40 connector, our interstate connector, and finding funds for that, and also the BRAC and how important that was to us. So using that time in Washington to go see your legislators is important. We talked about the sequestration that's coming, and of course the 27th of this month we'll see probably a main part of what that will do. So getting us ready from the standpoint of understanding where the federal government is, how the House and how the Senate are separated somewhat, and how much monies are going to be available and or not available to the states of North Carolina, and of course understanding the association and where we are locally with the state. Then we understand where we will be with the county. And as monies are cut off from the federal government, then we understand where those monies are cut off, and then when we see it cut off on the state level, then we're able to understand who the network with up through the state into Washington. So if we have an issue with health services, healthcare services, you know 32% of our total budget is healthcare, and it may look to be 34% before it's all over with health services, and that's health department, DSS, it's Watch, it's the hospital, it's everything as far as health care, even where your MCOs, or used to be the LMEs. So you've got your mental health. So there's, and of course, you know, in Raleigh, you've heard me at the commissioners meeting saying that, you know, we're in dire need of getting it right. The governor says that, you know, DSS is really broken. The Department of Health and Human Services is not DSS, but Department of Human Health Services. Is a big part of state health care, and Secretary Voss is certainly going to do a great job with Governor McCrory and working to fix the system. But we're going to be seeing that all in our county and how we move forward. So we've got to understand the networking and who has the money and who doesn't. It's all about following the dollar. It's caring for that client.
Well, I've got one more question for you there, Steve.
Just one more.
Just one more, that's all. This book, this big budget book, there's a lot of information in here. And this book is available for public viewing, is it not?
Oh, it is. And this is the budget, and this is what each county commissioner has to look at. And we have a cover letter, of course, by the county manager, who tells us straight up what the value of Wayne County is and how much the budget will be, and indicates, of course, you know, that we dropped from 76.4 down to 70.25 cents on the dollar. We have a budget this past year of $159 million. Our county is worth somewhere just over $7 billion. If you say we want to sell Wayne County, what would we sell it for? We'd sell it for about $7.2 billion.
But then we'd have to move.
Well, I would stay right here. I like it in Wayne County.
I do too.
But we do. I feel like we all, as commissioners, serve at. We know we serve at the pleasure of the people who have elected us, but we serve where Wayne County is best served. And right now, Wayne County is best served with the 7 commissioners that we have. We're very active. Wayne, as we talked about last time, is being very sensitive to and committed. But more so engaged. We're really engaged And as you might have heard some say that, well, it's a part of maybe micromanaging, but we're not micromanaging. We are in a part, if you understanding that the commissioners came in November, and then we took office in December, and January, February, March, April, May, June, that's 6 months. So when all 7 commissioners take their seat at one time, the budgets already have spent. We're either at 40%, 50, or 60% out of all of these departments. So we've got to understand the new commission, the majority, not just the majority, but the whole commission has to understand that these monies, what we have left, and then before you start really getting your arms around what you have left, you've got to understand here in about another 30 to 90 days, you've got to decide how much you want to spend for the next year. So in order to find out what you've got to spend for the next corporate year, which starts July 1, with the state, with the General Assembly, and what the federal government's doing, you've got to get your arms around everything, and you've got to do it fast. Because if you're, no knowledge of it, is very, very difficult to make decisions for the people of the county if you don't understand those programs. And that's what we're doing at this time, is really getting our arms around the programs. And as I mentioned today, on the education, the facilities, we're to look at all of the bricks and mortar. Certainly not the curriculum. That's not my forte. That's above my pay grade. Teaching children is something. My wife was an educator, a retired educator, but I just washed cars. I just hired them. But we're excited about finding out what the facilities, the bricks and mortar, what the maintenance. We're excited about all of the infrastructure. And it's curb appeal. It's making those places to learn a clean and safe environment for those children. And and two, when we have the Air Force, the airmen to come in and looking at quality of life for their children, the playgrounds, the places to shop, but yet where you teach those kids. And the great teachers, great curriculum, but we want them to be in a very safe environment, and inside, outside. I mean, we're excited to bring Wayne County and get people to come in and say, wow, this county is moving up. This county is moving up, and we're excited to get that today and make it just a part of our facilities capital improvement plan for the whole county.
All right. We're out of time.
No.
I'm sorry.
You said I had an hour.
But no, but you're on a tight schedule today, so I'm going to cut you loose, and I appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Wayne.
County Commission Chair Steve King. And we're back on WGTV today, Wayne Goldsboro Television. Kim?
That's right. Let's see. I want to remind you about the Greater Goldsboro Road Run coming up April 13th.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's going to start downtown Goldsboro. They're going to meet at Cornerstone Commons at 8 o'clock a.m. on April the 13th. You can find out information about that at runtheeast.com. Let's see. Wayne, can you tell us more about it?
It's sponsored by the Sunrise Kiwanis Club of Goldsboro, and it's the second oldest run in the state.
Yes, it is.
Very popular, well attended, and raising money for the Sunrise Kiwanis.
That's exactly right.
It's a very important road run. But they don't only run for, what's the distance on that?
Well, they have a 10K run,
10K,
a 5K run,
5K,
a 5K walk, and a 1 mile fun run.
No crawl?
No crawl.
Okay, well.
But I guess you could crawl in the 1 mile fun run.
I guess you could.
There's all different categories. You can find out all this information at, like I said, runtheeast.com.
Runtheeast.com.
And I really probably should do that. I would do the 1 mile fun run.
Would you really?
I don't know. I probably should. I know I need to. I've been thinking about possibly doing a little small run.
Really?
I'm not real sure why, but I need to do
now
something.
This is for the Sunrise
It is,
Kiwanis.
and they're a fabulous, fabulous organization. I've met with them and spoke with them many times, and we know the funds would go to a great cause.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just a matter of, usually I only run if someone's chasing me. Not kidding. Whoa. But I do need to step up to the plate and get a little more exercise in my daily routines.
If you feel you must. Okay. Birthdays today.
Yes.
Queen Latifah.
How do you say that again?
Latifah.
Okay.
Queen Latifah having a birthday. She's 42 today. Well-respected actress and female rapper, of course. 42 years today.
She's been in some good movies.
She was also in Chicago on Broadway.
Oh, that's right.
Or was that a movie?
I don't remember.
Chicago. Anyway, it was back in 03. She is 42 today. Talented actress.
Yes.
Lily Collins is 23 today. She's best recognized for her role in Mirror, Mirror, The Blind Side, and the movie Abduction. Former Miss America Vanessa Williams.
Yes, know her very well.
Yes, 49 today. She went on to music. Boy, can she sing.
Can she not?
Yes.
Great actress, too.
Extremely talented. Very pretty lady. 49 years today she is. Irene Cara of Fame, rather. Irene Cara, 53 today. She started in the movie Fame as Coco Hernandez. Grover Cleveland was president twice, non-consecutive, the only person to run for president and be elected and then leave office. And then somebody else ran and then came back after. Anyway, he was the 22nd and 24th president of the U.S.
How about that tidbit for the day?
How about that? When he was a younger person, he gave a friend of his a baby carriage for his friend's newborn baby.
Well, that was nice of him.
And then when that baby grew up, he married her.
Well, how about that?
He did. Anyway, that was Grover Cleveland. Wilson Pickett. Wow, that's all I can say. I'm a big Wilson Pickett fan. He passed away in 06, but today was his birth anniversary. Another who died a couple of years ago, in fact, a fellow by the name of Peter Arness. He had a stage name of Peter Graves.
Oh, yes. We've heard of Peter Graves.
Oh, yes. You know Peter Graves from TV's Mission Impossible and so many other things as well. But he was also owner of the Broken Wheel Ranch in the TV show Fury.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Way back in the 60s.
Nice to know. Well, happy would have been birthday.
Very talented actor. He is the brother. You know who his brother is?
Nope.
James Arness, Matt Dillon.
Wow.
That was his brother. Anyway, Graves changed his name to Graves for television so that people would dissociate the two of them. Peter Graves, born this day, 1926. Neville Chamberlain served as Prime Minister for the UK, was born this day a long time ago. Mike Rowe. You know who Mike Rowe is? A guy who sells Fords on TV.
That's right.
He was also the star of that TV show, Discovery show, Dirty Jobs. And I understand he sings opera.
Really?
That's what I understand.
Wow, I wouldn't have guessed that.
I wouldn't either. Kevin Dobson, the star of Knots Landing and Days of Our Lives, having a birthday. He's 69 years today. We also have a birthday for Danielle Harris. She was known for her role on TV's Friends with Benefits, and One Tree Hill. She was on. Bonnie Blair, 48, speed skating champion of 1988, 92, and 94. She is 48 today. And another one of my favorites is Charlie Pride. Kiss an Angel Good Morning. He is 74 years, and he had nearly 40 #1 hits.
That's fantastic.
Amazing. What a singer.
Well, happy birthday to each and every one of you.
Whee!
Happy birthday.
All
Let's
right.
see. There's a Red Cross blood drive this Wednesday, March the 20th, 8:30 a.m. It's going to take place at Spring Creek High School.
All right.
Want to make sure everybody
that's what that is. SCHS.
Spring Creek High School.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Outstanding. Well, let's see what else we have here. We
That-
talked about the Lobster Fest. Oh,
We
yes.
did. You
Civil
can talk
War
about
characters appear in Old Attic for Wayne Community College. Play.
that. Play.
Oh.
Did you see that word?
Not until after the fact. But on March 22nd, that's a Friday, at 7:30 p.m. for an hour, characters from the 1860s now will materialize from old books and letters at Wayne Community College. The foundation of Wayne Community College presenting the play Civil War Voices. It starts at 7:30, Thursday and Friday, March 21st and 22nd, and then a Sunday matinee, 3 p.m., March 24th. It all takes place in Moffett Auditorium at Wayne Community College. It's a musical production written by James R. Harris, part of the sesquicentennial observation of the war, of course, the war between the states.
That's right.
And if you want more information about that, the number to call is 739-7007. 739-7007. Tickets are only $2 for students, $5
Wow.
for adults, $5 for actually, Wayne Community College students and faculty and staff will be admitted free with a college ID.
Nice.
So tickets are really inexpensive, and this is going to be great. It's only going to go for an hour, but March 22nd, 7:30 p.m. at Wayne Community College.
Great. Good to know.
All
Good
right.
to know. Well, thank you so much for being with us today. We hope you've enjoyed the show.
But we have another segment.
Goodness, that's right.
Don't leave yet.
Don't
Hold
leave
it.
yet. We
Don't
hope you've
leave yet.
enjoyed it so far. But that's right. We still have the senior fair. My goodness.
Yeah.
Forgot we haven't been
catch.
there yet.
There you go. We'll be back. We're going to go over to the senior center
That's right. Don't leave.
and visit with the senior fair health the senior game.
Stay tuned.
Today we're at the Senior Center, the Peggy M. Seegers Senior Center, and we're here talking with Erin McAuliffe. And Erin, you're the director here,
Yes.
Director of Services on Aging.
That's right. And Wayne, you need to add we are at the most happening place in Wayne County.
Oh, no
Not just
question.
the Peggy M. Seeger Senior Center. This is the place to be.
You got that,
I'm
right?
biased, I
This
know.
is really good. That's good stuff. You ought to write that down.
That's right.
Okay, but over here right behind us, this is set up with Nick Columbus and NC Mobility.
Right.
Moving for life, it says. And there's a lady here that's ready to help people if they come in, right?
This is the Senior Games Health Fair. It marks the kickoff of registration for the Senior Games in May.
Right.
We have 30 vendors with information relating to seniors and their health. We have a pharmacist here that seniors can talk to about their medicines, skin cancer screenings, depression and dementia screenings, hearing screenings, expired medicine drop-off, postural screenings, blood pressure, blood sugar, and probably some I can't remember. All
Wow.
kinds of screenings.
All right, now this is going on today, and it's probably going to air on Channel 10 on our television program later in the week or early part of next week. But now when can for people, in fact, I just talked to a lady there a moment ago that I didn't even know this place existed.
Oh.
Obviously, she'll come back now for sure. Now, for the things available today at health care, will these things be available throughout the year?
We do screenings all year round, yeah. And if I get a lot of requests for a particular type of screening, then I try and get it to come twice or 3 times a year.
Okay.
So, and we do this health fair once a year. So people can come back next March. It's always in March.
It's always in March. All right, very good. Well, I'm just going to kind of walk around for a while here and see what's going on.
Please do.
All right. Thank you, Erin McAuliffe.
All right, bye-bye.
You are with the Chiropractic First.
Chiropractic First, that's right.
Where are you?
We are on 1304 East Ash Street.
And how's it going so far today?
It's going well, yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, it's nice to be with other vendors and businesses and seeing what people do in Wayne County and in Goldsboro.
This is quite a large gathering today, huh?
Yes, yeah, I'm surprised at the outcome. Yeah, and people are interested.
Well, they're very interested. Now, as chiropractory, I just made that up. As that goes, what are some of the myths that are often associated, or misconceptions, I should say, with chiropractic health?
Well, what my husband does, he does the Atlas orthogonal technique, and I think a lot of times people think, well, I don't want to do the rack and crack, or they want the rack and crack, which is the more, the manual, a bit more forceful. But at chiropractic, first we do the activator technique, which is, it looks like a little gun, and he reads your body first, and then he sees where he needs to apply that gentle force. And we also use another device. It's called Atlas orthogonal. You lie down, and it's like a little needle that goes down to the place at the skull, and that will correct the atlas. But for that, he needs to take x-rays because it's very precise. You have to know exactly where to apply the pressure or the force. Yeah.
That we allow the body to function normally, because when you're out of alignment, God built us a certain way. When we start deviating, we can't deviate for the better. Especially with the pelvis area or the neck, when the head gets off center, the body has a righting reflex that it will shift and adapt to try to straighten itself out. What we do is we put the head back on straight and let the body assume a normal posture, normal position. A lot of migraine headaches are caused by the misalignments at the base of the skull. It's phenomenal results we get, we see. And not to just medicate the body and make the symptoms go away. The body's trying to say something. And it's not asking for more Tylenol. Something's going on. And
maybe you could show where the atlas is on the skull.
Yeah.
He was interviewing the skull earlier, but the skull was not responding.
Where is the
it's right here, the very first bone in the neck. In Greek mythology, Atlas held the world on his shoulders. Well, your Atlas bone holds your world or your head on its shoulder. So if this deviates, the head's going to tilt off center. And yet the eyes have a righting reflex. They try to bring it back level. And that'll do that because the eyes go to the brain controls the body, so the body's going to shift to level the head out. So a lot of Atlas misalignments can cause secondary low back pain.
I hear a lot of these days, it seems that more and more you hear of migraine headaches and that sort of thing. Is that, could you help people with that sort of thing?
Yes, most definitely. That's a lot of our testimonies are about that. Because if you got pressure at the brain stem, migraines will be quickly incoming. So,
and of course, weight problems, weight considerations coming into this?
Well, if you're dysfunctional, you cannot walk well, you cannot exercise well. It hurts to exercise, so then they don't exercise. You don't exercise, you don't get up and function, the weight's going to come on. It's just an amount of time.
And I suppose that one works against the other or works with the other.
Right. Yeah. We just try to get the whole body functioning, that people can do what should be fitting for their age, whether it be somebody in 20s, 30s running a marathon or an elderly child. So you should be able to do what's appropriate for your age. Okay.
Let's see. Well, for my age, I should be able to sit down. So thank you very much for your time. All right. And Ed, you're with Wayne Net. Tell us about Wayne Net.
Wayne Net is a non-emergency transport system for Wayne County. We transport to dialysis. We transport to doctor's offices. We also have wheelchair vans available. As long as our service begins or ends in Wayne County, we can transport.
So how do we call you, Nanette?
919-705-1956.
705-1956. All the time. You guys do a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. What's your name, Ronnie?
Lynn Jones.
What are you doing here?
Class, so I'm doing the health fair too with the clients in the class.
Good for you. And good turnout.
Yes, it is. Very good.
All right. Now you're working in the restaurant area.
Yes.
What does that mean? What are you doing?
That's for people who have dementia, and we do it 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursdays from 9 o'clock to 2 o'clock.
Okay.
And for the families to bring them to so they can do their things that they need to do.
Okay. All right. Very good. Thank you. I'm with Brownie Doss of the Meals on Wheels program. Wages Meals on Wheels. So, what are you doing out here today?
We have a booth with all of our seniors.
That's all the wages programs are right here today. All under one roof.
All under one roof. And so we hope to get some interest in recruiting some volunteers and whatever.
Okay, well, just in case there's someone who may be listening or watching who is not here today, how would they contact you if they wanted to become a volunteer?
Okay, they just need to call wages, 919-734-1178, extension 281. Talk to Andrea Bone, our volunteer coordinator. She will plug them right in.
All right. That's for Meals on Wheels or anything, right?
Yes, well, that's Meals on Wheels. Al Thompson is our new RSVP, retired and senior volunteer program administrator, and his number is 919-734-1178, extension 226.
Okay.
And he would also love to talk to them about volunteering. And so anyway, or if they need service, also can call us. So we're doing two things, trying to recruit volunteers and letting seniors know.
Excellent. And you can always use new volunteers, new help.
Always, always, always. We use probably 40 to 50 volunteers a day with Meals on Wheels. So.
Hello! How are you doing? It's Ethel Barnes of the Social Security Administration. How are you? It's good to see you.
It's good to be here. Yes.
What are you doing here?
Well, we're here because of the health fair, and I'm here giving out information regarding our online services.
Your online services.
Services. We are encouraging people to sign on to our website and create their own account where they can go in and change their address, do direct deposit, make any changes they need to when they're drawing Social Security. And for those persons who are not of age and not drawing, can go online and create an account, and they can find out how much they'll be able to get at retirement age.
And they can do this at home.
They can do that at home 24 hours a day, and if they do not have a computer, they can go to the library or go somewhere to a relative or friend and use their computer.
Wow, you sure make it easy.
Oh, yes, certainly. We want to make it easy, and we're doing this because, you know, the baby boomers are attaining retirement age at a rate of 10,000 a day. And
really? 10,000 a day? That's
yes.
A lot of people.
That's the estimated. Yes, it is a lot of people.
So you really didn't have any choice but to go online with all the services available.
And that is true. And that is true. And it's also very convenient to do that. And our website is secure because you log on, you have to have a PIN and a password. And with all other PIN and passwords, you do not share it, and therefore no one else can access your information.
Great. So what is that website?
www.socialsecurity.gov. Do not Google. Please type in www.socialsecurity.gov.
You know, that's very good advice. Do not search. Do not go to a search engine, Google, Bing, Yahoo, or any of those, because you might get anything.
Trust me, you will get anything, and it is not the official Social Security website. You will know the official Social Security website when you get to it.
The only official Social Security website is socialsecurity.gov. Not .com, not .net, not .anything, but .gov.
That is true. And spell out Social Security. Do not use SSA. Spell out Social Security altogether.
Very good advice. Ethel Barnes, thank you so much for speaking with us. Jovel, and tell me about ALS NC.
Alzheimer's North Carolina has its main office in Raleigh, and we have a satellite office over in Greenville, and we provide resources to caregivers, both family and professionals, who are taking care of their loved ones who have Alzheimer's or dementia. Yep, it's all about the support groups so that they can meet with other people and share experiences and figure out what's the best way to get through the process of caring for their loved one. Information about the diseases themselves, the different forms of dementia. We have a lending library in our office. Somebody needs a resource and they don't necessarily want to buy it, we can loan them the book. Anything I don't have in my office, I can look up and get for them online. We just want to make sure that the caregivers are taken care of.
Well, Tamira, since Dr. Alzheimer discovered or identified this disease, which was misidentified for a long time, the disease itself has affected so many people. It's grown exponentially. And there are, sub-diseases coming off that Alzheimer's. What are some of the misconceptions about Alzheimer's that you know?
Right. Dementia is the umbrella, and under that umbrella you find Alzheimer's, which is the disease that affects the most people. But then you have the other forms like Lewy body and frontotemporal Parkinson's disease. I think one of the greatest misconceptions about Alzheimer's disease right now is that everybody's going to get it. And as you age, certainly the likelihood increases, but the vast majority of people will not get Alzheimer's disease. The problem is it's so devastating when someone does. And that's why it's so important to take care of the caregivers. Because in our nation right now, the way it's going is that folks are going to be caring for people at home rather than going into assisted living facilities or memory care units. So it's very important to take care of the caregivers. Otherwise, because there's not going to be anybody there to take care of their loved one.
Also, North Carolina.
I'm so glad you asked that. The office in Greenville is on Stantonsburg Road, just across from the hospital, so very easy to find. And the phone number is 252-355-0054. Or you can email me at tjovel, Jovel, at alznc.org. We have a website, Alzheimer's North Carolina, and if you just put that in, Alzheimer's North Carolina, it's going to take you to our website. You can find out ways you can volunteer. You can get the bi-county list of the support groups, read all about our history, our fundraising, because we have walks every year to do our fundraising. The one in Greenville this year is going to be November 2nd at Greenville Town Common.
May I have your attention, please?
But they're all over the state.
All right, that was fun. That was a
Yes.
blast, and the place was absolutely packed, and I just had a great time over there. And those people know how to have a good time.
Yes, it looked like they did.
I am telling you. I mean, and they got billiard tables in there. They play shuffleboard. They play. They eat meals. They exercise. Some of the
Yes,
big
they
exercise
do.
machines they have over there.
And there is always so many people there.
I know.
They've got a great turnout at all their events.
They've got Tai Chi. They've got all kinds of exercise programs. They've got computer rooms.
Nice.
But you
Gift shop.
That's right. You can't be a kid to go in there either. You got to know what you're doing.
Gotta
You
follow
be
the rules.
Over 60.
That's right.
All right.
Well, how about that trivia question?
Trivia question for today
Yes.
is the same person who was responsible for marketing the first parking meters to the cities and towns around the country said this is what you're going to have if you want to make any money. And that's how parking meters became so famous. He's the same guy that invented a famous toy, and his name was Donald Duncan.
Like a dunking booth?
Like Duncan Yo-Yo.
Oh, okay. Forgot that was the name of the yo-yo.
Oh.
Sorry, Charlie.
And I also alluded to the TV show where the two stars, the two
Yes.
comedians use it. That was the Smothers Brothers show.
Ah, okay.
One of the Smothers Brothers, it was not Dickie, it was Tom, no, it was Dickie. Dickie Smothers had a
he
yo-yo.
good at
He was the
yo-yoing?
yo-yo man. Oh, he was very good.
The
He was very
yo-yo
good.
man.
And there was kind of a resurgence in the popularity of the yo-yo after that.
Pretty neat. Pretty
Okay.
neat. Well, don't forget Kite Day if you want to fly a kite. It's this weekend, March the 23rd at HV Brown Park.
Right.
Bring your own kite. They'll show you how to fly a kite. They'll show you how to put the string on, all those things if you haven't done it before, and they'll give you some little tricks of the trade.
Right.
It's free for ages 4 and up. Come on out to HV Brown Park this Saturday, 10 to 12. Love to have you.
I love to fly a kite.
Well, March is the perfect time
I
because we've got a little bit of wind,
Almost,
still a
yeah.
little bit cool, but usually nice outside.
Yes, beautiful.
Take advantage.
So,
what's going on?
Well, we elected a pope here
Yes,
this
we
week,
did.
earlier
Yes,
this
we
week,
did.
and everybody was
Francis.
talking about, you know, wait and see what the smoke is going to be. If the
Yes,
smoke
if
is
it's black or white.
They haven't elected a pope. If the smoke is
Black.
white, then a decision has been made.
Right.
How do they do that?
If it's black, that means they still haven't agreed.
Well, earlier this week also, the Vatican revealed how they make the smoke black or they make the smoke white.
Yes, I was wondering about
There's
that.
a recipe to this.
Okay.
The smoke device has a compartment where, quote unquote, different color smoke generated compounds can be mixed. The Vatican press office said in a statement the result is requested by means of an electronic control panel and lasts for several minutes while the ballots are burned in the other stove. Now,
So they burn the ballots
They burn the
after
ballots.
each vote.
right.
Okay.
The black smoke is made from a mixture of potassium perchlorate, an inorganic salt commonly used as an oxidizer in colored fireworks and other pyrotechnics. Also, anthracene is a hydrocarbon of coal tar, and sulfur. That makes the black smoke.
Okay.
Now, the white smoke is produced by mixing potassium chlorate, used in fireworks and smoke bombs. Also, they use lactose, which is a sugar,
Right.
and a rosin. In fact, it's a
Interesting.
conifer rosin, kind of like what you get from pine trees. And that's how they make the white smoke. So, in case you wondered about that, that's how they
So
do
it's
it.
very well thought out.
And you were telling me, and I didn't know this, that this has not been in
Practice.
practice for some time.
And I don't know how many years it has been, but I have recently heard different news media talking about the fact that it was relatively new. But I don't know the years. We'll have to check that out.
Well, there's been smoke, there's been Pope. We've been
We've been making decisions on popes for
yeah,
years.
for hundreds of years.
Yes.
So, okay, very good.
All right,
All
let's
right,
see.
what else do we have here?
Well, don't forget we've got the Family Y has their Scholarship Foundation golf tournament coming up. Mark your calendars, April 18th. Their slogan is "We Build People." It's going to take place at Walnut Creek Country Club. It's $400 for a team of 4. That's going to include lunch and dinner, your cart fees, your green fees, goodie bags, beverages, snacks on the course, a full day of traditional golfing. Let's see. For more information, you can call Cricket Davis at 919-778-8557. And that is all benefiting the Goldsboro Family Y.
All right. I guess that's it for today, right?
I'm thinking so.
That's going to wrap it up for today. Join us every day, Monday through Friday at 7 o'clock here on Channel 10 or on Channel 99. If you're using the U-verse, if you're using Time Warner Cable, you're using Channel 10.
That's right. Don't forget you can also go to YouTube. Both the city and the county have those channels.
Links on the county webpage and on the city webpage
That's
to
right.
YouTube. So join us tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. Until then, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best, and this is what's happening in your community.